I was 237 there, he was 240. And then that's, I think, our first day on the ranch. That was me at 167. And we ended up losing our prize. It wasn't $250,000. It was, I think, like a $50,000 dream wedding or something like that. So we ended up losing by like 1% body fat. He got down to 3% body fat. They told him immediately to gain 20 pounds. Wow. That he was sick and emaciated. We were all malnourished. Like we were.
Oh my gosh.
We're followed by doctors the whole time.
Wow.
But it's for a game show, and I think, I don't know if any of you follow Biggest Loser now. I mean, the newest winner, Rachel, she, I mean, I think things are going to change after this.
Good.
Yeah, because that was ridiculous.
Yeah, that's not healthy.
And, yeah. I mean, I'm not mad at her, though, because she was doing it to win a game show. Because that's what it is. We signed contracts that was a game show. So, I think I have others, too. Yeah. That was me. Like, I just still felt really, really sick. So I was 167 pounds there, and it was incredibly easy to lose weight on camera. It was easy for me to be accountable. It was really, it's easy to do it when there's a camera in your face 24 hours a day. But like I said, I didn't learn how to keep the weight off. And I never really figured out why I was fat in the first place. And it was an awesome experience, but at the same time, like, again, everything happens for a reason. So we didn't win the dream wedding, but we ended up getting married on TV on Inside Edition a week after our finale aired. And that week before, we did the Today Show and the Tyra Banks Show, and that's when I got to like tease her and be like, "You never let me on America's Next Top Model. You said I was too big." She was awesome, though. It's the only person I've ever been around that I got stage fright. She was absolutely gorgeous, inside and out. She was awesome. But when I got married on Inside Edition, again, there was the camera on. I had the mic in my, microphone in my face, and my stage face was on, but I knew I wasn't supposed to be getting married. Didn't know why. I mean, growing up, you kind of always, at least for those of us who are gay, kind of wonder, oh, well, she's kind of cute. Like, oh, wait. And I thought, a lesbian was supposed to look a certain way or act a certain way, and the only thing stereotypical about me is that I was a softball player. But I knew I shouldn't have gotten married. It wasn't because of him. He was awesome at the time. And I just shouldn't have. So, a lot started to happen slowly, but I ended up, as soon as the wedding was over, I started gaining weight. I wasn't incredibly happy. She's grabbing her away. Okay, I'm not mad at her. She's going to kick my ass in the gym later. So, I didn't really understand why I'd gotten big. I think I was kind of depressed, obviously, like after, losing the Biggest Loser and going through all that whirlwind. And here I was married, all the cameras were gone. I'm like, damn it, I don't think this is right. It just doesn't feel good. But in 2008, 2 years after I got married to my ex, I auditioned for a group called the Baby Dolls with this beautiful woman back here, Tammy. It is basically...
I'm beautiful now.
Yeah, you're beautiful.
It
was a plus-size version of the Pussycat Dolls. So I got to sing and be on stage, and we were predominantly performing in the gay and lesbian community in Portland and Vancouver. It was, catered to that community, and I just felt at home. It just felt right. It felt amazing, and everything about it. And I've, been hit on by women my whole life, but I've never, thought that I could cross that line. And I think a lot of it was because I was so afraid of being accepted. Being Hawaiian, and especially coming from a Japanese stepmother who's been with my father since I was 5 years old. I'm 35 now, so they've been together for 30 years. I was raised in the Japanese culture, and it's not accepted for a woman to be gay and out. I had gay uncles, gay friends, and it's all fine and dandy, but I knew, somewhere in the back of my mind, I knew that my dad and my stepmom would not be cool with it. And my father was actually incredibly abusive, mostly emotionally. The physical I mean, it was a dozen times maybe, but the emotional is what always got to me. And so I think in the back of my mind, I'm like, if I ever come out, if I ever say that I'm gay, you know, I'm going to get killed. Like, something is going to happen, or I'm going to be disowned. I came home one day, and I had been having feelings and having lots of late night talks with my BFF back there, being like, oh my God, I think I'm gay, I think something's going on, and all the meanwhile, gaining weight too, you know, and I still felt beautiful, it wasn't about that. It just, I needed to figure it out, so I came home, I didn't do anything, even though I wanted to, and I didn't, and I came home like, dude, I think I might be gay, so let's figure this out. So we literally got separated. He asked me to go to therapy. I went to therapy. A few months later, I figured it out. I'm totally gay. And I was super, super happy. And the only thing is that I had come out to my then husband, and we separated, and I gave him the house. I kept the dog, though. And he had told my father that I was gay 3 months before I told him.
Wow.
So I'm not mad at him now, because I'm like, he was hurt. He needed somebody to talk to. That was his buddy, his friend. So my father had been stewing for all these months about it, and I told him, and all my fears came true, like cussing and screaming and everything just reverting back to when I was a child. And then I'm like, oh, okay, like, I'm not going to do this anymore. And albeit being via text message, I told him, I'm done. You've abused me enough. I'm 30 years old. I don't need this. And I haven't spoken to him in 5 years. And I have had the best 5 years of my life in the past 5 years. I think it was kind of like something lifted when he kind of wasn't controlling me anymore. I didn't have to like worry about what he was thinking or saying. Yeah. And that's the only negative thing that happened to me in coming out. Like, don't believe what TMZ says. If you Google me later, it says that I left my husband for my gorgeous wife over here, but that is not what happened. It was funny, like, all the media outlets, like, got a hold of it right before we got married, and National Enquirer, TMZ, all this stuff came out, which is totally old news, because I came out on the cover of a magazine, on Scorch Magazine, you know, like, 10 months prior. But, you know, needless to say, that happened, so just don't pay attention to that.
National Enquirer's
or
junk.
I know. Actually, National Enquirer, that's National Enquirer. They're the only ones that did the right story. Like, technically,
really well.
yeah, it's a little salacious. It says, you know, loser vixen dumps hubby for gay love, and then now Rasha plans to wed drag king that she adores. I met my gorgeous wife when she was as a drag king, when we were the baby dolls, and that's the headline they went. But if you read the copy, the story is accurate. So I'm okay with it, and I got paid. So I'm okay with that. But the truth of the matter is, like, 5 years ago, I fell in love with this amazing woman, and she embraced all of it. She's fine with me here talking about my ex-husband, because I do get recognized a lot for being on the show. We were engaged within 6 months of meeting, married within a year, and pregnant with our daughter 5 months from the day we got married. So we have a beautiful little girl, and this was my wedding day. As you can tell, I'm a lot bigger there, but I still felt beautiful. I think I was in like the 260s there, but so when I was pregnant with my daughter, I actually ended up losing like 30 pounds. I got really, really, really sick, and I had a very complicated pregnancy. At that point, I was even doing like prenatal yoga, because after Biggest Loser, I didn't work out, I didn't eat. Like, I think I was just so depressed and trying to figure out if I was gay, or trying to figure out stuff, that I just didn't put my health first at all. And so after, you know, having our daughter, she was actually 4 weeks premature. She was super healthy. I wasn't. I mean, but as soon as I gave birth to her, it was okay. Like, everything, you know, fell into place. I was happy with every aspect of my personal life, but I wasn't happy with my body and the way I was feeling. I eventually got up to 288 pounds. So imagine, I was 167, you know, when I finished The Biggest Loser in 2006. And it took a few years, but 2012 was my highest recorded weight, or 2013 actually, I was 288 pounds. So I started doing some research, And I just really wanted a permanent tool because I've done the Atkins, I've done the South Beach, I've done the Weight Watchers and the calorie counting, and I just wanted something to help me for the rest of my life. I saw a commercial for Oregon weight loss surgery, and it was actually for a lap band contest, like win a free lap band, surgery. And needless to say, I didn't win the surgery, but it catapulted me into a year-long process of figuring out if I wanted to have bariatric surgery or not. So I decided, after months and months and months of research, that I wanted to have the gastric sleeve surgery. Originally, I wanted the lap band. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but the lap band basically is a foreign object in your body. It tightens your stomach. It restricts what you can eat, but it's something foreign in your body.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't a candidate for gastric bypass because I wasn't heavy enough. My BMI wasn't high enough. I think my BMI was 44 at my highest. So gastric sleeve seemed like it was the best fit for me. Gastric sleeve is a little bit newer. It's only been around about 5 years or so, but it literally cuts your stomach. It cuts 80% of your stomach out. So you have a tiny little sleeve of a stomach left, but it cuts out the portion of your stomach that causes diabetes. It's just medically, if you're gonna go that route, a bariatric surgery is probably the better way to go. And it wasn't overnight. Like, I didn't go into Oregon weight loss surgery and be like, okay, I want surgery, let's go. It was meeting with nutritionist, a trainer who had to make sure I could work out. I had to have a sleep study for sleep apnea, a physician's assistant who was amazing, the surgeon, Dr. Emma Patterson. You'll see her on all the commercials if you ever see Oregon weight loss surgery. But she's top 10 bariatric surgeon in the nation. Wow. And I felt really confident going to her. And the last component was going to a therapist. So I went through therapy when I was trying to figure out if I was gay or not. But I never figured out why I was obese. And she had to send a letter to my surgeon clearing me for surgery to make sure that I was mentally ready for it and mentally ready to continue this healthy lifestyle, to keep it going. And on paper, in black and white, she's like, Rasha Pecoraro is obese because she was abused by her father. I'm like, what? I'm a really smart person, I swear. And just seeing it in black and white was crazy. It just felt really weird. I think when I got the letter, I just bawled my eyes out. I'm like, I knew that, but I didn't know that. I'm like, oh, okay, now I get it. I'm like, all right. But prior to even having surgery, my mind had already switched. I was in a relationship that I felt confident with and in love, and I knew it was right. And I didn't want to have a baby until I met that woman. And that's what happened. And it just made me realize that I had to change my whole lifestyle. So I started in the gym. So January, I was at LA Fitness, and I was working out every day, doing cardio and going to classes, and I went from 288 to 270 the day of surgery. So that's the day before surgery. That's me playing softball. So the whole time I've always been active. It was never about that. It was the food portion for me. I'd go forever without eating, and then I eat crap. And that was the morning of surgery. And that was kind of late. And that is, So in 54 weeks, I've gone from 270 pounds to 158 pounds. It's the smallest I've ever been in my entire life. But I truly, truly, truly believe that I could not have done it without my trainer and without my wife and without eating right. Because, like I said, I have a video blog. I've been blogging since the day after surgery, and I've been blogging every week, and I've got 900 followers or something like that. And my biggest hashtag is gastric sleeve surgery is only a tool, period. Right. That's a portion of what happened. I went from biggest loser to biggest gainer to big, having my stomach cut out, and I needed that tool to be there. The other piece of that tool is Martha, for Primal Instinct Fitness, and getting my butt handed to me. I did not want to wake up at 4:30 this morning, and I was not happy. Actually, I woke up at 4, and I slept until 4:30, and then I texted her at 4:40 and said, okay, I'm on my way. But I have to do it. I have to work out for the rest of my life. I have to have a personal trainer, and someone like Martha who's become family to me. and cares about me and is gonna help me have this be my life. I'm not doing it for a reality show. I'm not doing it for a temporary fix. It's about a lifestyle change. And this time around, it just feels different because I'm not doing it to win money. I'm not doing it because the cameras are in front of me. But it's really nice accomplishing this goal. I'm actually under my goal weight. And my goal weight, I wanted to get to 167 pounds because that's what I was on my finale day. But this time I feel different. She hates that I'm showing that picture, I'm sure. But I make her pose for pictures like that all the time. That was when we got married in Canada in 2010. So because I could accomplish this dream, it's made it so that I can accomplish so many other dreams. Speaking in front of you guys, something as trivial as this is a dream of mine. I want to share my story. I want to tell people you can be who you are, you can be brave and authentic and just be you and be yourself. You can go after any dream that you have. You can accomplish anything in life. And it feels really good. It feels really good to go from here to here and back to here, but really I'm up here. And I know that I can accomplish anything. And I want other people to believe that. I mean, I'm doing all kinds of fun stuff. I'm writing a book. My wife and I are launching a fashion line in a few weeks. DapperDFashions.com, check it out. I just, that's my story. That's what I want to share with people. Like, I felt beautiful right there. It wasn't about beauty. I felt beautiful there. I feel beautiful now. But I feel beautiful from the inside out. And that feels really good. And I think that having a personal trainer is such a huge piece of that. I need that. I can't do it on my own. Yes, I've done every exercise under the sun, but I ask Martha every morning. She'll show me 5 times. I'm like, what am I supposed to do again? And she says, are you having a blonde moment? I'm like, I'm having a Rasha moment. I need you to tell me. That's why I pay you. Help me. But it's such an amazing tool. It's just a tool. And I also have to share something really funny. Not really funny because it's kind of sad. So I'm like I'm like tweaking my speech as we're driving here. And fun little me didn't eat today. And so this is something, when you have a gastric sleeve surgery, you have a tiny little stomach. You have to fill it with protein and goodness and amazing stuff. And I almost threw up all over my wife before walking in, and she had to pull over and get me turkey jerky. Because normally I have protein stashed everywhere, but I ate everything. But it's just so funny. It's like I have to continually learn lessons. I don't know everything. I don't. That's why I have Martha. That's why I have my wife. That's why I have all these resources. And I feel much better now because I had my turkey jerky, and I just have to fill my stomach full of good stuff. I can't tell you how much it's affected our family. My wife's tiny, and she's lost 20 pounds. We eat a lot of quinoa, a lot of kale, a lot of protein, and now our daughter is going to be healthy and fit for the rest of her life. It's not even going to be a factor. Let's go for a walk, let's go for a hike, let's, go work out with Auntie Martha, and she's going to try to make sure Mommy doesn't cuss. Because I cuss every day when I work out. And I hate working out, but I love it when it's done. So that's my story. And I'm a rambler, so I'm sorry, but... Skipping the laser game for me?
I know, right?
But seriously, ask whatever questions you want.
I forgot to open the gym. So I had to
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, I had a trainer.
She got a sub for today.
Yeah, I had a sub for today, and I forgot to open the gym. So I had to. She called me, and I was like, oh gosh. So I had to run there. Sorry.
I filmed it. I talked about